sure. Now, last time we were here, Mark McCullough and his crew were actually building this foundation for us right here. There used to be an old garage, and when that came down, we had an opening. So Mark, he actually found that granite block on the property and was able to work it back into the original foundation. And Mark, now you're working on these beautiful sweeping staircase right here to the front door.
Right.
Did you find this block on the property too?
Kevin, it's that same stone wall out back. It's a gift that just kept giving. So.
And you were able to do this without my help.
That's right. That's right. Amazingly enough, we got through.
And so for the steps, what do we got?
Steps, we have...
Can I step on these?
Yeah, just step in the middle if you wouldn't mind.
What do we got?
Stay in the middle. Bluestone tread, under that is a bluestone riser, and under that is a concrete block frame.
Unbelievable. All right, we'll be back to check with you later.
All right, thanks, Kevin.
So imagine pulling up to this house and getting to walk up this staircase for the first time. What a way to enter the home. As you come through the front door, we have got a big open foyer in here, and that leads into this room. Now this, well, it was always a living room, and you can see it's going to stay a living room, but the kitchen is now going to be on the other side of this stud wall, right in there. And there was a window here. That window has now become an opening, a doorway, out onto what was a three-season porch, green rug and all. This has been closed in because we have a dining room here. And on the other side of this, we're going to have a breakfast nook. Tommy, Charlie, how are you guys?
Kevin? Good, Kevin. How you doing?
We're doing all right. So today's job is to get windows in this corner right here, 1 and 2. And look at this monster. What are we working with?
We're working with actually 6 individual sash that are all mulled together to make this nice unit right here.
Are they operable? What do we got?
We got 2 operable windows. The big one right here on this side is a casement.
Yeah.
And the other one on that side is a casement. So we basically have a picture window, picture window, picture window, picture window with a mull in them.
And Charlie, you've got yourself a square opening, framed, but obviously a curved top right here.
We do. So we actually have some framing that will, follow the arch that we'll install, and then we'll cut our sheathing to match.
Beautiful. Okay. So we got a plan to get this thing in? Where do we
Yeah,
get
we
started?
were just stripping it back so we can get to the nailing flange. We had to take a piece off the bottom. So now we're going to stand it up, and then we're going to continue to work on the opening. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
What's the material we're working with here, Tommy?
This is a wood window with an aluminum clad, so no maintenance to the outside at all.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice window. So you can see that this window here, these little red things, that means that this window is operable, fixed, operable.
Love it. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. So we got to get going on that opening. So it all starts with a square opening, and now we have to frame the opening to match the window. And it all starts with that radius up there and a piece of plywood. We'll take the plywood, we'll hold it up there, and we'll scribe the radius of the window. We've also put some reference lines right here to represent the underside of the beam and the wall. What we need is that piece right there. So we actually cut this piece right here so it looks like this. Hold it tight to the corner and the underside of the beam, and we make our radius from the opening that we've made. From there, we take a scrap piece of lumber, and this is a 2x8, and we'll cut all of our pieces from this template, which will give us the structure that we need to make up for our corners. Gotcha. So now we have to build these up in each corner, and we'll put 3 pieces in each corner. So we'll put it up high and push it tight to the beam, tight to the sheathing. We'll put another one against that, building it up slowly. All right, so once we get those screwed in place, we put the 3rd one on, but we keep it flush with the wall. It gives us a place to nail our wallboard and our trim, but it also gives us an opening right here so we can put foam in there and create a thermal break from the cold air outside. That should be the underside of the beam. I only want to do this little corner here. I'm going to transfer the plumb line up. Now I take the same template that we made all of the inside structural pieces from. I'm going to put it on the line, but I'm going to pull it away just a little bit and in a little bit because I don't want to cut it exact. I'm going to make a rough cut first. So I just trace it. That. Now I'll cut that with a circular saw. All right, so now I'm going to finish this cut up right here using a router bit that has a bearing on the bottom that will ride right along that and give me a perfect cut. All right, this window is really heavy, so what we're gonna do is we'll walk your side over first, Charlie, then Kevin walk yours, then back and forth and try to get it through the window opening.
I got it.
I'd like to get the window, the bottom to come out and then down. Here we go. There you go. Now rotate it up. There you go. Just get it in a little.
That's it, we're in.
All right, now we gotta get the flange out.
Yep.
No caulking across the bottom because we don't want it to lock water in there.
All right. Window looks good. That is one heavy unit.
It's a nice window, though.
Now it's all installed. All we have to do now is air sail around the perimeter with more tape.
Nice job, boys.
Looks
Nice
good.
job.
Nice looking window.
Time is money, as they say. Tommy, would you hook me in, please? Manufacturers are always trying to speed up the installation of their product, and that's exactly what's going on with this new asphalt roof shingle. So this is the new roof for a front porch right here. There never was one. There was a garage down there. This has been added, and so now obviously this all needs to be shingled. Bobby, how are you? Charlie?
I'm doing great, Kevin. You?
Kevin?
So roof goes down, but first you guys got to start with the drip edge.
Yeah, we're putting copper drip edge in. Some of the advantages of copper drip edge, one, it was chosen because that's what they want in the house is copper details. Copper drip edge is probably 3 times the money, but it also probably lasts 3 times the long, and they really wanted the copper detail on the house.
Seems fair, right?
Seems fair, it's a working balance. But it does us a couple things. It protects the leading edge of the starter strip as well as the first course. Plus it also helps kick the water into the gutter.
Right, we don't want that actually coming back onto that fascia right there. So you're nailing that right into the plywood sheathing right there.
Yeah, we actually try to hit the rafters also.
Hit the rafters nice.
You guys have a self-sealing membrane that you're putting down on the sheathing as well?
Yes, and once the copper's installed, we'll take it, peel it back, and peel and stick basically.
Yeah.
Take that right out of the way and it bond right down to the copper.
Okay. All right, Bob, here you go. So what are we working with?
Well, working with Kevin is an asphalt architectural shingle.
Architectural, meaning not the old 3-tab.
Not the old 3-tab. What it is, Kevin, it's a dual piece of shingle that are laminated together, which give you these extra little piece of laminates that gives you more of a designer look.
Yep. So what's with this idea that the manufacturer says they're faster to install? What are they talking about?
They're talking about the nailing line. The nailing strike zone used to be just maybe like 3/4 of an inch.
Right here where the overlap
Right there where
is?
the 2 pieces are laminated together, yes.
About the size of a finger.
About the size of a finger. Now they've increased that to about 2 inches.
That makes a big difference when it comes to speed?
It's far faster, Kevin, for us, for the
Okay.
installer. And then also what they have is once we lay these this first shingle in, they have this top line here, which we can line up on the top of the previous shingle, and that gives us our exposure line.
Ah, okay. I got it. No, I mean, you guys have snapped lines, but I mean, that gives you a good option if you want it.
It's an option. On a long run like this, we typically chalk every horizontal line.
Okay. You ready to put those in?
Yes.
So 2-ply ridge cap, nice and beefy. I like that right there. How much longer for the rest of the roof?
The rest of the roof, Kevin, it will take approximately 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh, it's all got to be stripped and then reshingled.
There's 2-3 layers in some areas we have to take off, inspect and replace some of the roof boards, and then start the whole process again.
All right, cool. Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cape Ann is the birthplace of the American fishing industry. For centuries, fishermen have left this port in Gloucester in search of Atlantic cod. Permission to come aboard?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Come
Let's
aboard.
do it. Thank you, Roger. We're
Let's
good to
go.
go. And even though the fishermen and the cod have suffered a perfect storm of hard times, you can still find a captain to take you out for a day on the water. So what is it about fishing, Roger, that you love so much?
It's everything, Kevin, about being outside. You have the ocean, you have people, you have boats, you have fish. It's just a tremendous place to spend a day.
You catch one every once in a while, right?
Once in a while. You know, down home I might get striped bass. Out here it's probably going to be haddock and maybe a cod, even though they're out of season right now.
Okay, Mike, where have you brought us?
We're in a place called the Pasture, about 5 miles out of Gloucester here.
What, 200 feet to the bottom or so?
We get 200 feet to the bottom, 197 feet.
What did we say, Roger? We got $100 on who brings in the first fish?
One of those guys,
Yeah, I got
huh?
something.
That's a haddock.
What do we got, Lex? What do you got there, Roger?
What do I got here? I got, I believe, a pollock.
I didn't know they had minnows in Gloucester.
You know, the hard ones to catch are the little ones, you know. That's a beauty.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna need another piece of bait there. What are we using?
These are a local sea clam that are caught in these waters,
Yep.
and they're excellent for catching cod and haddock. They also make a good chowder if we don't catch any fish. Roger! It's a cod!
Hey!
No, I'm sorry, it's a haddock.
Oh.
False alarm.
Nice job, Roger. Nice job. Roger, you might be in the way. This guy's tail might flap you right in the face.
You guys.
Oh.
That's a minnow.
You've got a small baby cod.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah, they get bigger than that, of course.
Yep. 3 dorsals on the top. Look at the beautiful coloring.
Beautiful color. That's our state fish, codfish.
Well, he's going back in.
All right, let him go.
Oh, you got something, Roger. Got a fish. Yeah.
Haddock?
Look at that. Haddock?
That's a nice haddock right there.
That is a nice haddock. Look at that guy right there.
I got him.
Let's put a tape on him.
18.
For camera, let's do that again.
21.
42!
Oh my God!
Holy
State
It's a-
record.
smokes!
It's a monster.
We need a bigger boat.
You gotta replace your bait there. He got away. Why'd you let him get away?
I didn't.
You gotta think like a fish. Try again.
Ours is a shingle style house, and initially the homeowners wanted to save the shingles, repair them, paint them, but that's a lot of work. So they decided to replace them, and we're going to be using pre-primed, pre-painted white cedar shingles. And Tommy actually thinks that's going to save the homeowners money. Tommy, they also want to break up the wall of shingles that's going to be everywhere by adding a couple little patterns throughout.
Yeah, there's a lot of wall, and the architect drew a little detail right here. It's called a diamond pattern, and it's going to be on the gable ends.
Yep, it's a subtle little detail.
Let me show you what I have here. That pattern is established by the height or the coursing of the shingles.
Right. That's the reveal right there,
That's
5
the
inches.
reveal.
Okay.
So to make the diamond pattern, you take a shingle like this. So I've made these shingles 5 inches because I like the width of 5 inches with a 5-inch reveal. So let me see. I take this out, and I'd take this shingle and I was to slide it down like that.
Yeah.
The bottom of the shingle would end up with this coursing here. And then to get the angle, I would mark it off of this coursing right here. So if you look,
Oh.
that shingle goes right in there
Right.
like that. Even on the bottom, coursing lines up here.
So each diamond shingle is going to be 5 inches wide.
And the angle, it represents 5 inches in height.
Beautiful.
So to go like that,
There's your overlap.
there's your overlap. Now when you put these on, you have to make sure that you nail them much higher than you normally would with a shingle because you don't want to see a nail here.
Right, but that creates the diamond right in the middle right there.
That creates a diamond.
So buy them this shape or cut them this shape?
No, you can buy them, and they come already pre-cut, but as you know, the height of the rows of shingles can change in relationship to the height of a window.
Right.
You want that coursing to line up with the bottom of the window and the top of the window. So sometimes that coursing could be 5 1/4, it could be 4 7/8.
Right.
And that's why I like to cut them in the field, because I can then change that angle slightly by making my cut up higher.
Good. You got it?
All right, so our diamond is going to go right here. You can see this is a center line for the beginning of the diamond. We've run a level off of our story pole over here and spaced this shingle 5 inches from this shingle, which is our 5-inch reveal.
Gotcha.
All right, now we take a square shingle and we're going to put it on this side, but I'm going to try to use my straight edge across here so we can lay them on. Put it on one of those lines, and I'll pick a line here, put a nail, and tack it up high. Okay, now we can lay our square bottom shingles on our straight edge. All right, so now I'm ready to start building off of the diamond. So we're going to set the next piece so that the bottom lines up with the angle right under that line right there. And now we'll go with the one on the other side. Lay it in. Nail it high. Now I want to move our straight edge up for the next course. All right, so now we're ready to put another one in the center, line it up. Another diamond. All right, just lightly touch it against the other one. All right, so now we need to get another line across for our next row up. Now the next thing we need to do is start transitioning the other way. We're going to take a shingle that we've just cut a section off, and that gives us our other angle going the other way. Right there. Good. That there. Put them on a line. Line on that side. All right, so now I'm just going to take the last 2 pieces with the clip corners off of them. So now we're going to put one on one side and one on the other. Bring them together. Put them on a line.
Right there.
And now our coursing can continue off of these rows.
And look at that. I mean, it is subtle, but it is a
subtle.
nice little
It
detail.
really looks nice from a distance too.
I'm gonna break up this gable end. Nice job, Tommy.
Thanks for the help.
A new gas-fired condensing boiler was delivered to our basement today, and it'll be installed over the next week. And not a moment too soon, we could use it on a day like today. Now that'll heat up water, and that water will circulate through radiant floor heating that'll be in most of the floors throughout the building. When we got to this mudroom, though, we had a little bit of an issue. Kevin Byler is doing our mechanicals, as always. How are you, my friend?
Good, Rich. How are you?
Good. So what was the issue here in the mudroom?
So the room requires 5,000 BTUs. The floor space that we put down, we can only get 2,800 out of.
Okay, so you do a heat loss calculation, and you look at the glass, big windows and doors here. You got a cold door to our garage. This is a breezeway, so this is cold.
We got some cabinets in our way.
So you've only got this much space, so there's cabinets in here, so you can't put it underneath there. It doesn't do anything good. All right, so what are you going to do?
So it's the typical wooden track system we use on the floors. We're going to put it in the ceiling.
Okay, so that track system, we've used it before. It's pretty straightforward. Plywood here, aluminum transfer on the back, and then the groove is made just for the tubing that you're going to put inside. And you're going to think outside the box and go this way.
That's correct.
Which is good. Now, we've done it in shower walls. We've done it in stair halls and stuff like that. So this is great.
It should give us the BTUs we need.
All right, cool. And I see you've got strapping up here, insulation already there, and that's really important because we want to make sure the heat you make gets driven back down in.
Correct. They'll put some blown-in insulation on top of it. Should force it down even more.
It'll be toasty roasty in here.
Let's get
All right,
on
let's
it.
get rolling. There you go. So straight shots all the way down and then the return bend at the end.
Unripped 34 shy.
To increase heat transfer and to eliminate any expansion noise, he adds this paste, this thermal paste. To get the tubing in, if you don't do a lot of this stuff, you take a piece of wood and you hammer it in.